All right. Is 29 too old? Hey there, Billy Bandwagon. For those of you who don't follow me on Twitter, I've been going by Bill Bandwagon watching the Red Sox. And I got to tell you right now, I am not Bill Bandwagon anymore. After aging 30 years watching all of these goddamn games, I am back to Die Hard. I'm not Die Hard. Maybe I am. Maybe I'll come back to watching baseball. We'll see. The jury is out. But Bill Bandwagon left after we lost 2 games in a row. And there was the obstruction call. He took off. And Die Hard Bill hung around. All right. Anyways. First, he says, I just want to say love the podcast and your comedy specials. Well, thank you very much. He goes, my question. Do you think 29 is too old to start doing stand-up? I have a decent full-time job as a paralegal and consider myself lucky to be gainfully employed. However, life in an office is miserable and it gets worse as the years pile on. I'm not quitting anytime soon, but have thought about starting to try open mics to see if I'm any good and maybe what? Maybe help me be a little more outgoing. What do you think? Is it still possible when you're damn near 30? Thanks and go fuck yourself. Dude, abso-fucking-lutely. Absolutely. And this is the thing. Yeah, don't quit your day job. That's what I did. I had a day job. And I was like, let me try this stand-up thing. And I started doing it. And I immediately loved it. And I just kept working on it. But I didn't leave my day job until I actually kept my day job when I could have left it. I was making enough money where I could live. But I kept my day job because I knew I was moving down to New York. And I wanted to save up some money so I could, because I knew that I wasn't going to show up in New York and oh, great, this fucking guy we don't know is here. Let's give him a bunch of stage time. I knew I was going to have to struggle. So I would absolutely 100%, if you're thinking about trying it, definitely try. Even if you just do it one time, you did it. You did it. I went skydiving one time. I ever tell you guys that story? I went skydiving one time. I did a static line jump in Pepperell, Massachusetts back in the day. And I almost had a problem. They said, sit in the door. It was sit in the door, get out, go. So you sit in the door. They open the door to the plane. You sit in the door. And then when they say get out, you put one foot, your left foot on this, almost looks like an engine mount that's above one of the wheels of this fucking plane. And then you're hanging on to the support for the wing that is above the fucking plane. You're basically like a goddamn wing walker. And then it'd be basically if you leaned up against a bar, if you put your body at a 45-degree angle and you leaned up against the bar in the upright push-up position, and then you went down like you were coming down to the floor. That's basically the position you're in. Like you're down to the floor, except it's the support to the wing. And then you have one foot on the engine, what looks like an engine mount, and then you have another foot pointed straight out behind you. Because what you're going to do, it says, sit in the door, get out, and go. When he slaps your shoulder, you let go of the fucking plane, which makes no fucking sense. And then you bring that other leg up parallel to where your other one was sitting out, and then you arc. All right? And what I did was a static line jump, so I don't have to pull the chute, but I don't have anybody with me. It's a static line jump, and as you let go, it pulls your chute. And you go arc 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, look, if nothing, look, reach, pull. I still remember that shit like it was yesterday. 2 1,000, 3 1,000, and it's look, you turn to see your parachute, to see if it's opened. If it's open properly, but look, if nothing, look, you look down to where your reserve is, because if you don't look where it is, for some reason, you might not be able to grab it. So look, if nothing, look, reach, pull, and then you pull your reserve chute, and hopefully that thing fucking opens or you're going to bounce. So he was going, sit in the door, and I was like, what? He's going, sit in the door. I thought he said, close the door. He's going, sit, and I thought, okay, so sit in the door. So I sit in the door, and then he goes, get out. I got out. And then he said, go. And when I let go, I didn't arc. I tried to grab for something, and I started doing front flips as my chute was coming out. And I felt it going by the inside of my right leg. I felt this something touched my right thigh, and I was going, oh my God, I'm gonna get wound up in this fucking thing. And I don't know who packed that chute, but thank God it fucking came out. And then you had like a little transistor radio or some shit on your shoulder. And then they just talked you down. Right toggle, left toggle. You had to pull it all the way down to your knee. And I remember there was this fat chick in the class, and she couldn't get it around her ass, and she ended up landing across the street in a pile of loom, and she dislocated her knee. Fortunately, that did not happen for me, and it was pretty awesome. But I did it that one time. Never needed to do it again. And I have the story. I have the experience. So maybe stand-up will just be that for you. Or you could have the experience that I had, where the first time I walked to the microphone, I felt like it was like an out-of-body experience, like I was watching myself do it. And it was, I found my calling in life, which is probably one of the most exciting things other than finding the person you're supposed to be with in life. So I got to tell you this, dude, if you're in your office every day and it is a miserable thing, that could mean that you don't have the right job, or you need some sort of outlet. Maybe you're working too hard, and maybe just going out and doing this one night and kind of remembering to try that going out and trying new things is a fun thing to do. Yeah, you don't have to just be 100% about your career. I think that's the thing a lot of fucking adults forget to do after a while. And you have like that thing, once you get your life down, I get up at this hour, I drive down this street, I go to work, I do the same thing every day. I'm comfortable, I know everybody, there's no new challenges, and then no one's going to make fun of me like they did on the playground and punch me in the face for having freckles, right? You can really get caught in that, and then you get in a rut. So I don't know if you're just in a rut with work or whatever, but I would definitely recommend going out and trying stand up. Believe me, dude. I'm having more fun with it than I ever had, and I'm 22 years in, and I never feel like, I've had some struggles, but you do with anything. But when I'm on stage doing it, I never feel like, I don't feel like how you feel in the office. But I'm not going to lie to you. Before I started selling tickets, you would when it was just a fucking awful show and there was no security and everything. But, anything worth having, if it was fucking easy, everybody would do it. So anyways, I'm getting too long-winded here. Go out and try it. All right. Next one. Dear Bill, you ruined The Hobbit. He said, I'm a big fan of the podcast and your comedy. Unfortunately, I made the mistake of looking up your comedy on YouTube and came across the clip where you took a shit on Lord of the Rings. You know what's funny? I don't even remember doing half of this shit. He said it was the scene where the Gandalf summons Shadowfax, the Lord of all horses. Oh, Jesus. And you pointed out how ridiculous that was. Oh, I remember that. I am the Lord of all horses. It's just so fucking over the top. He goes, I don't consider myself to be a big nerd, but I do love Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, and all that nerd stuff. I like all of that shit. I watched The Hobbit for the first time yesterday, and every time they said something ridiculous, I pictured your ginger mug going, oh, Jesus. I was literally laughing every 30 seconds. Well, there you go then. I turned Lord of the Rings into a comedy for you. I saw a clip of one of those things where the guy just looks like and he has elf ears, and he talks to the I'm assuming a wizard. Why don't wizards ever get a haircut? Why don't they ever have take a shave? Why don't why can't you be a clean cut wizard? Are you so busy moving fucking mountains? Somebody get him one of those little toiletry bags. The straight razor. I was watching one of those things, and I don't remember where the fuck I was at. Was I on a plane, or was I watching TV? It's all running together at this point. My age, the days fly by so quick, you can't even remember. Did I dream that? Or did my neighbor say it? I can't even fucking remember. But I was watching one of those elf movies, and the fucking lead dude with the Karl Malden nose and the Spock ears, he found a ring. Now, for some reason, I thought the Lord of the Rings, like if you had the rings, I thought the rings were like, those magic rings that hacky magicians pull apart. I thought that they were that big. It looked like you found a wedding ring. I don't fucking know. Anyways, so he said he was laughing every 30 seconds. Whatever am I? He said, I hope you're happy that my enjoyment of The Hobbit was a casualty on your war on nerds. I don't have a war on nerds. I just call them out on their shit. How arrogant is that? I just try to keep them honest. I do think that they should teach nerds how to fight rather than trying to stop bullying, because you're not going to end bullying. It's like I started watching the Ultimate Fighter, where they have the women fighters now, and I'm telling, when I watch those women fight, I get like psyched for them. Going like, I hope some pervert tries to grab her ass